Well, the early signing period, 95% of the guys LSU was probably after signed somewhere, whether it was with LSU or somebody else. So now you're rocking kind of a really small pool of guys that you could be after. Jamel Howard's in that group. Really maybe a lone member of the group at this stage. We'll see if anything else emerges. But that would be a true defensive tackle, and you didn't sign one of those out of high school at least. Miami is where he's going this weekend.
Oh, God.
Yeah. In the NIL era, I think Miami makes people nervous.
Where do you think this might be? This is way off topic. This is way off LSU recruiting. Where do you think Jaden Rashada goes? Because he got out of his letter of intent to Florida.
Right. Okay. I'll jump right into that because all I was doing is let's wrap up Howard. So Howard, what is Miami this weekend? Some Wisconsin, who kind of with Luke Fickell there, they've been going hard on him. I mean, there are some, like Michigan was going in on him hard around December and trying to sign him, and I'm trying to get a feel from folks up there of how hard they're, like, you know, now that the portal's gone and December's gone, like maybe they sign some people where he's not a priority for him anymore. I don't know, but definitely seems like LSU's in it.
I'll take that.
We'll see what happens with Miami this weekend, and then you kind of see what happens moving forward. But we'll keep, like, there'll probably be a question in there about something. We'll touch on him if anybody has any more questions. The Rashada stuff is wild.
It is.
$13 million deal falls
Didn't get
apart because the collective essentially was like, no, we're not doing that. And now you see he's like visiting Arizona State.
I think Colorado's in play.
Colorado's trying to get him over there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that would be perfect for Dion because I think isn't Shedeur a junior or a senior?
He's got to be getting up there. The kid, because he was in college before. He's
the
old.
older
He's
brother
old.
was in school before.
Yes.
He got Shedeur as a freshman, so he was a freshman the COVID
Okay.
year. They played in the spring, and then he played again in the fall, which was fall of 2020 and spring of 2020, and then he moved. The next year, he would have been a sophomore, but he was still a freshman after the COVID year, which is weird. But he's been in college for 3 years, essentially. Like, this will be his third year in college for sure. It's just a weird situation with the Rashada.
Oh, here we go.
Rashada
Okay.
thing.
From, let's see. This is from On3 yesterday. TCU is his next visit.
That's interesting.
That's where everybody thought Walker might go.
No OC, though. Well, Art Browse is the OC now. Or is
Kendall.
Is it Kendall Browse?
Yeah,
Kendall
Kendall.
Browse, not Art. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I don't know if Art's
Not
cut out for this.
Not in play. Okay, so visited Arizona State. Now TCU, you mentioned Colorado. Cal is evidently in the mix. But it's on 3 sources here saying Arizona State, TCU, and Washington might be the schools to watch.
I guess. I don't really know too much about Washington. Who's Washington's coach? Because, I mean, they got Michael Penix last year.
Kalen DeBoer.
I don't know who that is.
So Rashada right now, like On 3, for instance, has Rashada as the number 15 quarterback in the country.
Exactly. I understand why.
The Florida collective said, you know what, 13
We're going to hold it.
Sounds steep.
You could spend $13 million on a whole class. Like, if you really think about it, you could break that down into a whole class of players.
The most NIL money that I've heard is so far away from that number. Well, obviously that number's not real. It was zero. He got nothing from him. So I think these are like 100,000 and below kind of deals that most guys would get.
Yeah.
You know, 13 million.
That is.
Not around these parts.
Yeah, no shot.
Not around these parts. But we'll see. Now it seems he ain't getting 13 million at Arizona State or Washington.
Not at all.
This is a better NIL story, I think, than Homeboy last year.
Oh, is it Nico?
No. Well, Nico this year. The The guy that went to Travis Hunter.
Oh,
Wasn't that like an NIL thing? Like, oh, he was going with Prime and he was going to get
so
it
they
back.
give him like $1 million. Like,
Yeah.
Prime don't even make $1 million a year.
And now he's at Colorado. Both of them, obviously.
So is Cormani McClain.
Yeah.
Since we talked last week, he's
That's right.
committed to Colorado.
So they've got 2 top-ranked corners headed out there.
How did he look at All-American practice?
Good, solid.
Did he look like
He's not like a Stingley or a Surtain or someone like that.
So he's not like number one. Like
I think he looks like a Sauce Gardner, like super long, and I think you just wonder how real like is he actually fast, or I don't think he has any like verified track stuff. Like people knew Travis Hunter was like that. Dude.
Yeah, like you don't even have all you gotta do
Right.
is turn on the tape and there it is.
Colorado's an interesting one. All right, let's look at some of the chat. Chance Babin asked Shea, "What can you tell us about the PWO Ryan Robinson from Carr?" Yeah, you saw that. That happened since we last talked. So Ryan Robinson, who he blew up early on coming out of New Orleans, like he was probably one of the kids in the state that had a lot of early offers because he had already been starting and was on a really good team. And then I think he was looking at like Nebraska, Ole Miss, a couple other teams, and basically said, "I'll just skip all that, take a PWO," which essentially means you're guaranteed a spot on the team, and you don't have to do any tryouts or anything like that. And went ahead and early enrolled, rocking with the team now. So
Smart guy.
It'll be interesting. He's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller, I think. I think that's probably one thing. I don't know if he's more of a nickel or is he a true outside corner. Let's see where he's listed at. 5'10".
5'10", what, like 165?
Yeah, like 167, but you can put on weight there. So, yeah, but 5'10" is about what he is. So, but hey, a nice ad. I mean, he turned down some Power 5 offers to be a part of the team.
You'll take that.
Yeah.
It means he wants to be here.
It means he wants to be here.
I'll take that all every day of the week.
In the age of the portal, you'll take that. I like that addition. Straight out of high school PWO, too.
Yeah. That builds the depth.
Bouncing right in. John Bro asked about the latest with Jamel Howard. So that's the Chicago DT. Came in over the weekend. LSU certainly in this final group. It's just going to be interesting because a lot of his process heated up in December, January. That's why he waited till February to sign with anybody. Miami's got him on a visit this weekend, but LSU's in it. I would not guarantee right now anything is for sure locked in.